Hola, everyone.
Hola.
Greetings from Cancun, Mexico at our new home. Home for now. Home for now. So today we're going live mostly for a family update, a humanitarian aid update on what we've been doing, where our family is, how everything is, and mostly to field you guys' questions. We haven't done a general Q&A for a while. So hello, everyone. We want to start by a tribute to Ukraine's people. So we're going to play the Ukraine national anthem to a video, and we'll be back in about a minute or so. Hey guys, we're back. Well, as this war rages on,
35th day of war.
35th day of war for Ukraine.
More than months. And as a Ukrainian army, military soldiers, they say, if we still didn't lose, it means we win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that sums up the attitude of Ukrainians. Really, the world is seeing the Slavic soul, the Ukraine soul, and how determined, how much sheer willpower they have. So we're rooting for them, of course. Please, guys, ask all your questions for us in chat. I'll play a little heartwarming video. This is the last time that we saw Anna's dad. So he joined us. He got out of Ukraine finally. He joined us in Bucharest, Romania.
And then come back to Ukraine.
And then he went back to Ukraine.
In a week. Very happy.
Anyway, but yeah, here's the girls seeing him after they hadn't seen him since the war started. I gotta say, honey, your mom and dad, they're the best mom and dad I've ever seen in my life. They're both so loving and caring and generous and kind, That's why they made such an incredible daughter.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's the last time we've seen Anna's dad. So let's give everybody a family update first. Where's your dad, your mom, brother, sister-in-law, children?
When we bought our tickets, actually we bought even from Mama, to fly with us to Mexico. And then all of a sudden we find out that Papa coming to Romania because he was driving a lady with her two children because she was afraid to drive in territory of Ukraine. So he was their driver on their car to some safe area. So he drove them to Romania. And these ladies, they continue their journey already on their own. And the father, he said, we thought, he will stay with mother somewhere in Europe. But as soon as they made decision where next day, next or after, maybe 2 days later, he met my brother's wife with children and nephews also, a lot of children together. So he met them at the border, at the Moldovan border, and they all come together. We already fly because my mother say, you have Joseph, I am not worried for you, but Tanya, it's my brother's wife, she has 2 children, and she don't have Denise around, my brother, so I will stay with her and better help her. So she said, I don't fly with you, sorry. So she decided to stay with
And then went to Georgia.
and
to meet the capital of Georgia.
then it was 1 week until they was looking what to do, where to go. It's like everybody don't know. All families, they live in different countries, in different areas, and with no understanding when everybody will able to meet each other again. So my Denise wife Tatiana, she was working in Ukraine in international company, and they called her to come to Georgia because they offered even to pay for a flat and partly, and she can continue work there. So they decided to go to Georgia, and it was interesting because in the same day we entered, our flats. We in Mexico, they in Georgia, and we do video tour, and they were so much impressed with how Georgian people meet them. They showed me video, like they give first of all flat that never was for rent before at a half price in the center, right in downtown of
which is $500 bucks. Half price, $500 for a beautiful over 100 square meter flat, like 3 bedroom.
Yeah, it normal price 1,000. She gave it 500, but even she don't want to, never it was in rent, but because of Ukraine situation, she decided to give. And when they come to this flat, it was full food fridge, fridge was full of food, champagne on the table, khachapuri, national Georgian, pizza, and a lot of packages. Even they brought socks and underwear, so many help, different humanitarian for children, toys, and clothes. It was they say we will unpack probably next day because they come at 3 a.m. And her co-worker, Tatiana co-worker, meet them at airport and drive them. So and they still, they now in Georgia go to different protests of stop war in Ukraine, and they say people so warm. They when they hear, they can hear the no accent of Russian accent, so they recognize they from Ukraine. They say when we try to pay something in shop, they just don't charge us money as soon as they find out we're from Ukraine.
But don't speak Russian language, right?
No, they speak Russian, but Georgian, they know it's very no accent, no Russian accent.
Okay.
But they was advised when they come to speak on Ukrainian, but sometimes
to start with Ukrainian.
Yeah,
and then switch to Russian when they know that you're not Russian.
Yeah.
Because of course the Georgians don't fancy the Russians.
And Dima, my nephew, he now go to private English school for free. They invite him, to continue learn English. They do Ukrainian school online as well as our daughter. And things like that. And they're very happy with all, support and help of Georgian people around this such a nice atmosphere. And I can understand why Georgia so much into. It's very hospitable nation,
Very.
We was in August there. Yeah, we had to travel there.
Yeah, we went.
August, and we saw this. And because of they recently, relatively recently, go through the same situation with Russia when Russia was attacking Georgia, and they have so much compassion to Ukrainian people. That's why so much.
So, honey, how about so your mom? She kept her job with her Ukraine company,
Ukraine company,
working remotely in Georgia in Batumi. So that worked out good.
She working, Tanya working, and children studying. So.
And Denise, how about your brother? Update. Thank you guys, right?
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you guys for the helmet and the vest. Why don't you tell the story, honey, of the
what do you mean story? How it was crazy.
Yeah, the short version.
To delivery. one guy, I just don't say name because I don't know if I have a proof for a name, from Slovenia. He helped me with having helmet, and your donations. We was able to buy this.
Body armor.
Body armor in Ukraine, because it's the quickest way how it can be. I was afraid, we have like so much difficulties with shipping to Ukraine this helmet. Like all the companies, they refuse to ship it.
Yeah, it's not possible. It's
Yeah.
illegal to ship it from America anyway.
From America, you cannot. From
Cannot.
Europe, they say we also don't deliver nothing connected to war, and this is even not weapon. So we found yeah. Thanks to the guy who donates this helmet, he found also Ukrainian driver who was doing his drive from Italy to Ukraine, and then in territory of Ukraine we use already post who ship it to to my friend, and then from there to Denise. So. Yeah.
And honey, let's talk about the other story, the other really amazing story of a guy who offered to deliver it to Denise. He's a Serbian living in France, and he was engaged to, it's a sad story as well, he's engaged to a woman from Mariupol, and she all of a sudden went dark. She's not online. A couple of days went by, and he decided he's going to drive to rescue her into Mariupol, which is, of course, completely Russian occupied, and it's leveled, Mariupol, So he contacted Anna, and he has a lot of top quality gear because he fought in the Serbian war, and he's going to literally drive it right to Denise in Odessa.
Not to Denise. They should meet on
okay. And then what
in
happened?
the middle of Odessa and Kiev road. But I don't know. He's still in travel. We're waiting for his call. I don't know.
So he's driving.
But you don't tell that his fiance died, and he got this message, and he got from her brother, and there is really a lot of
very big tragedy.
Yeah, she was with
So
him.
he lost his fiance, and
she just come back to pick up some documents to Ukraine, and then war started, and maybe she was a little bit delayed, or she wanted to take her mother out. And now he's coming for her mother. Even she said that her mother don't want to move. He said, I will come to rescue her anyway. So, yeah.
So a tragic story. But he's also delivering some body armor, several pieces and several helmets.
Yeah,
so we will get that to, I guess, Dennis's mates, his fellow soldiers. So Denise is basically ready, willing, and able to ship out to serve on the front lines as soon as he get that. Meanwhile, he's delivering medicines to soldiers and buying it. Thanks again to you guys' donations towards Denise. Thank you. He's going to the pharmacies, buying medications and bandages and stuff that the Ukrainian soldiers that are injured need. And he's going into hot zones and delivering them that medication and helping bandage them up and stuff like that. So, and then your dad is kind of supporting Denise. He's in Ukraine.
Sorry, it's not it's in Odessa region, where is wounded soldiers. He's not delivered to Hot. Because normally all these wounded, they in relatively safe territories, because many people, they need long term of rehabilitation,
But didn't he go into Nikolaev, which is a hot zone?
No, it's in the Odessa region. It's in the Odessa region, where hospital works. Actually, in the Odessa region, many things work still. My brother court still works, for example, while relatives go every day a job.
It's a functioning city, as is Kiev. They're functioning.
And hospitals, they deliver many people who need hospital care. Because in hot zones, it's very hard to do anything, And,
any other family updates? Okay. Well,
our family now all. Okay, I will tell you.
Our family update. What are we doing? What are we planning?
No.
Okay.
Can I tell about my relatives more?
Yes. Okay.
So my relatives from Sumy region, they was not under bombing, because they live in a village, in a very small village. It's like really small. And but they ran to my aunt in Cherkasy region, and now they all together. Actually, never saw each other, now, like, because of war, they imagine they meet for the first time. And why they come? Because they say Russian soldiers start to come to these villages, and they just break the door, they enter your home, they take your food. Even I heard that they rapes girls, it's like so, like, bad, everything. So they say, like, one man was refusing to enter his house, they killed him. It's their neighbor, it's like from first mouth. Yeah, it's my relatives. And they say it's like, it's not safe because of Russian soldiers who just, murdered and come, and because they don't have supply, food supply, like they want to rest, so they start to come. So they move from Sumy region to Cherkasy, where it's relatively now safe.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, honey. Okay, our plans.
Yeah.
Well, we've been retooling everything, trying to figure life out. I want to give a little bit of a plug for a gentleman that I follow. I would encourage anybody that really wants to live their best life, to follow this guy. He's absolutely brilliant. He's wealthy and very, very wise. So I'll just play this clip from Andrew Henderson, Nomad Capitalist, because he really has, watching his videos has really helped us understand what exactly we want to do in our future.
The idea is figure out a problem in your life and find a way to solve it. My philosophy is there's a geographical solution to almost any problem that you have, right? And that could include dating. I think that that's a much better atmosphere than what I see some folks. Listen, we've worked with lots of Bitcoiners, lots of crypto people, hundreds of them, great people. But there are also some people that you see on social media which have fun staying poor. What kind of a mindset is that? That you feel so hurt that you want to attack people, have fun staying poor. You know what? I want you to win because I'm already winning. I don't need for you to lose for me to feel good about myself. And I don't need to sit around and complain how, the women are terrible, or the men are terrible, you hear that some places, or the taxes are so high, or the politicians are so corrupt. There is a solution. But so many people are focused on sitting around and saying, well, gee, Andrew, like for most people, what you're saying doesn't really work. No, what I'm saying does work for almost everybody. Buy a flight ticket, rent an apartment, get off your culo, and yes, you can go where you're treated best as well.
So I cut it short there, but you get the gist of it. His corporate slogan is "Go where you're treated best." He pays 1% income tax, and I'm pretty sure he's over $1 million a year. Well over. He's probably in the million a year. So his philosophy is brilliant. And I think having left Canada and left my comfort zone and explored Ukraine, it really was the beginning of changing my perspective on life and opportunity, expanding our bubble. And Anna has just totally come on board with that. Our children are now homeschooling, right, remotely in Ukraine right now. But okay, so we're immigrating to Canada. And just a matter of when we're flying there. We're doing some things in Cancun here right now, and we'll be moving to Toronto.
Preparing live streams. Doing something in Cancun. We was in the beach one time.
Well, yeah, we have we been one time?
One time, accidentally,
We
just was walking and then beach. And
we're living in paradise, but we're not living the paradise lifestyle or the vacation lifestyle.
We both I was sick for 2 months, and it's like,
yeah.
And then all this move and stress with Ukraine, wanted desire to help, Ukrainian people, and also like continue our services. I don't know, it's like very busy. I yesterday was trying to find out where beach, how far away we live. Maybe one time we will go someday.
Yeah, we'll make it to the beach eventually. Back to we will be in Canada part-time, not full time. Our family will travel.
We
You know.
finally applied yesterday to Canada, so now we waited.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, and you know, they're not turning anyone down. And on that note, uh, they have now made officially Ukrainian passport holders visa free. So meaning,
No, they don't make. Now they just vote for this, but it takes time to implement. Yeah.
okay, so it's not official.
It's parliament vote,
Uh-huh.
majority.
Uh-huh.
They vote for this. So
Okay.
now we're waiting until they will implement it.
Okay.
Yes, but it's still like crazy, yeah? Ukrainian.
Yeah, okay, so
don't-
maybe it's not official, but I'm sure it'll be coming official pretty soon. So very soon, Ukrainians will be able to just fly in without even applying. But now the process online, you apply, and it's pretty much rubber stamp anyway. Yeah, we'll be going to Toronto.
For now, you apply and you just wait 2 weeks. It's also very
Mhm.
easy, you know?
Very
like
easy.
America, much
Yeah.
more harder now still. I mean, there is a
Yeah,
way.
because it's still not
There is a
official.
way,
It's
yeah.
still not official in the States. Unofficially, I guess officially they're accepting 100,000 Ukrainian refugees, but you can't fly directly into the
Yeah.
US yet. You have to do the workaround through Mexico, but you can pretty much cross over from the Mexican border
Mhm.
under pretty much a guaranteed rubber stamp approval
Mhm.
entry with a 1-year stamp on your visa.
Compared to Canada, just
So-
2 weeks and you fly in.
Yeah, it's easier, right, already for Canada. So that's kind of our family update. We're figuring things out as they go, following the Lord, following how we feel He's meaning us to go, And so right now that means continuing the humanitarian effort, continuing to reach out with your funding. Thank you guys again so much. Every time you donate, we're able to help another lady, another family.
We are going to.
Or you are, honey.
Yeah.
Indirect, and send the funds directly to them via Anna's Privet 24 app on her phone, which is everybody pretty much has, or most people in Ukraine. So it's
Monobank, there is 2.
it's instant. Whoever she's sending the money to, they get it instantly. Just because of the prevalence of that, Monobank or Privet 24 app.
Can I add?
Mhm.
We add the option to pay Bitcoin because I find out that some guys want to keep privacy about their donation. So it's an option. It's in description below. And today I found out information. I already create my PayPal page in Ukraine. Ukraine now so much supported by international companies. So many doors open for Ukrainian people. It's like crazy. It's hard to believe. So yesterday I created my page in PayPal, and they say because of situation in Ukraine, they even don't have commission now. They don't charge for Ukrainian people commission. So I will add this option also, so you can donate to my page, and then it's connected to my Ukrainian monobank, so it's much quickly and no commission.
And commission is how much in total? Because
total now
my
it's
PayPal
not-
account is in Canada, so it
Yeah.
literally goes to Canada.
Okay.
We wire the funds to Ukraine, to Anna, and so there's how much fees all in
All will be
Uh-huh.
at a minimum 9%.
at a minimum. So we're losing 9% just in banking transaction fees. So you're welcome to donate to the Match Guarantee PayPal donation page in the link below, or now Anna has her own, just in her personal name,
It's
PayPal
9%
with
plus-
no fees.
Plus Swift transaction, which per transaction it's without, so
Yeah, because we have the Swift
Yeah.
Anyway, it'll be at least 9% extra money
Yeah.
with no fees that will go directly to the Ukrainians that need
Yeah.
the humanitarian aid.
Yeah, I just found out today that they canceled commission, and I will add this option for you guys, so it will be easier. And I now tell to all Ukrainians to open, and it's how they can help.
Yeah.
quickly help.
So you can donate. Just to be clear, you guys are welcome to continue donating. The humanitarian aid need is bigger than when the war started. As you saw, our guest speaker, who's one of the guys we're sending the money to, because we know people that know him, and the money, he's really getting it. He's helping repalletize the humanitarian aid that comes in from different countries and send it to specific locations via Nova Poshta internally in Ukraine, which is a shipping, like a FedEx, but very economical. So he's doing that, but we need money to ship it around Ukraine because it just comes in, all of it, into Lviv.
It's still expensive to ship because it's a big, it's a big pallet, so it's like That's why it's main money goes on logistics,
Shipping.
shipping. Yeah, cost.
Anna just shot a video. It'll be going live tomorrow. It's called, the exodus from Ukraine is slowing. So, and specifically, why are single ladies no longer leaving Ukraine? Okay, about, I don't know, 3.5 million have left. So basically less than 10% of Ukrainian people have left. The rest are at risk, right? Are at grave risk staying in Ukraine.
I go through main point
Of
why,
why?
and if you can affect them or no. Maybe you're in a relationship with a Ukrainian lady and she said, I don't want to go. So it depends on her situation. Maybe there is ways how you can influence her. And I give these tips in my video, and we will upload it soon. Yeah.
So that video will be live. Why Ukrainian ladies no longer leaving Ukraine?
And one of the biggest reason I mentioned in this video, because of scary stuff that can happen at the border. Let's watch this video.
Watch this video, and then, as horrifying as this video is on sexual prostitution, slavery, as horrifying as this is, when this video ends, we'll tell you something that's like absolutely what's a stronger word than horrifying? It's absolutely disgusting. What else is happening? Okay, we'll be right back.
Видимо, мир решил нам показать все проявления ада на земле, поэтому мое обращение сейчас ко всем девушкам и женщинам, покидающим страну, стоящим в очередях на границах, будьте, пожалуйста, предельно внимательны. Мерзость среди людей – это сейчас самый большой показатель, вскрывшийся практически в каждом моменте. На границах орудуют сутенеры, орудуют бандиты, которые забирают женщин под видом волонтеров, берут у них паспорта, предлагают помочь, перевести, доставить, жильем обещают обеспечить. И женщины исчезают просто навсегда. Их либо продают в сексуальное рабство, либо дальше страшно даже представить, что с ними делают. Но когда вы отдаете ваши документы, вы дальше беспомощны.
On TV.
Hey guys, so that is a famous Ukrainian celebrity.
Yefrosinina. She's a TV person in Ukraine, famous. She's
okay, it doesn't matter.
She's in OON, this organization.
Okay, no. Anyway, this is what's going on. That's the point. And please get this message out there that all Ukrainian ladies, people at the border, never relinquish your passport to anyone, unless you're maybe across, I wouldn't ever do it, no matter what. So that's the main message. Now, as horrifying as that is, now what has been discovered is there are opportunists, organized crime, snatching young children for body parts. Can you imagine? So it's absolutely imperative we get this word out as the borders are continuing. They're not as plugged as they used to be, but still get this word out, please. What's going on at all of the borders, and to be ultra careful and cautious of this.
This black business come there because they feel now Ukrainian people, they all come in this, mind that cannot work. They lose their protection, they lose their man. It's a single woman with children. Sometimes they, you take children with no documents, and
what you mean is they're allowing children out of the country with no documents, no passport, nothing. So that makes it very easy for child snatchers, right? They're
about what story of one teacher who saved 4 children from Mariupol. She took them in a bus, but only one child was her. 2, 3 another she just picked up. They were sitting in a front of dead body parents of their parents, and crying. So she just took them and jumped, on the bus. And of course, you can imagine her, how she feels, and all these children. and they all like, and somebody come with them with like, I'm from charity organization, we will help you, no problem, where's your documents? You can imagine they open for help, they cannot think, like how to say, like adequate, I don't know how to, like,
Yeah, of course they're not thinking.
rational,
They're
not
being
rational.
they're being offered help, right?
Mhm.
Help
With
for
fake
this, that,
documents.
accommodations, food, charitable help, and they're trusting, of course, because they have no options. So please help us get the word out to stop the human trapficking and child snatching.
The advice now, when you get any kind of help, make photo of people, make photo of transport plates, make report everything to your relatives so they can have a.
If you're getting in a car with somebody, take a picture of everybody in the car, a close-up of their face, close-up of the license plate of the car, and send it. Viber, WhatsApp to your family. Great
so
tip.
they know where,
Thanks for remembering that, honey. Okay. Guys, if you have any specific topics, anything specific you'd like to see or hear from us, please let us know. Anna and I are going to be doing more live streaming in this format. Instead of the pre-edited videos like we used to do, there'll be more content like this, just raw and real, live at you, real time. So please let us know what topics you want us to cover. That's the first thing.
You can write in comments below this video if you watch it after.
Yeah. Please write in comments. So the next thing I'm going to play is on the point of Russian propaganda. I always think, okay, what can we do? What can us little people of this world who have a little sphere of influence, some people have a bigger sphere of influence than others, but we all have some sphere of influence, be it small or large. And we all owe it. We all need to do something to do our best to stop the war, stop the pain, stop the suffering, stop the needless loss of life, right? Would you agree? But I think people just check themselves out and just watch the news. Like, what can I do? I'm just one person. Well, there is something you can do. You can have a voice. And I'm going to introduce you to a man. I just stumbled across his channel. He's a Russian man with a perfect native, pretty much English. His channel, which is called Inside Russia, has gone viral now. He live streams every day, telling it as it is, what's going on in Russia. What's the mentality of Russia? What's really happening inside? And I'll play this clip now, and you will see from this clip, there is an actionable thing that you can do, all of us can do right now to help continue this motion in play to try to stop this war. It's one of the few things, one of the only things that we can do. So let's...
made a video. In that video, I'll be honest with you, I cried. I don't ever cry. I'm a big guy. I'm a 45-year-old man, scary looking, with a beard. And trust me, I've been in so many situations that are scary. I'm never scared. But this is just, the whole thing is breaking my heart. So first couple days was complete denial. Complete denial. Shock. I couldn't speak to anyone. I couldn't work. It was Wednesday. Wednesday and Thursday. I didn't do much at work. My mom was so upset. She couldn't believe for a long time. She said, "Oh, you just telling me lies. You heard some channel, YouTube or whatever. It's fake. It's not possible." I said, "Mom, just turn channel number 1 on your TV." She doesn't have a TV. She doesn't watch TV, but she turned live broadcasting from on internet. She saw that. She started crying. She's half Ukrainian. Her family came from Ukraine. We don't really know from where, but her last name, her maiden name is 100% Ukrainian. Okay, our culture is mixed with the Ukrainian culture. It's interconnected like this. I don't even know how to tell you. It's fused. They're fused with each other. We were in denial for the first few days, 2 days. Then on day 3, something sinister started happening in Russia. Something that I was so afraid of, still am. It's breaking my heart, really. On day 3, I remember, I started seeing a chasm in the society. First it was like a crack, but it quickly started growing. Chasm, you know. People were divided in 2 camps. One camp did not support the actions of Russian military. One camp could not understand what the hell was going on. One camp was asking questions, was thinking, analyzing situation, using heads, you know. Another camp simply went along with what the party said. Plain and simple. And I know people, plenty of people from both camps. And you know what? They're nice people. People who support or who don't support, that's completely different opinions. But they're all nice. They have families, they have kids, they have their loving hearts. You know, I cannot say much bad about people who actually support operation. It's somehow they believe different things than what they're told, and they think that's the truth, okay? And people in the other camp, they're nice people, families and fathers, mothers, and they have parents, older parents, and loving hearts also, but they ask questions. They don't believe. They're different somehow. What happened on day 3 is the attacks on each other. First, the attacks were small. It was just like Facebook communication. 2 friends someone would say, oh, I support whatever, you know. And then another person would say, well, I don't. And then the person, how can't you, you know, what's going on? Are you what, you're not for Russia? And then things started just like little virtual skirmishes. And then they started growing, and they quickly turned into very aggressive behavior. Folks, I've never seen anything like this. It really breaks my heart. Friends started unfriending friends on Facebook. Friends started deleting contacts in cell phones. Friends started denouncing friends publicly. It started kind of small, and again, I clearly saw that starting on day 3, on the 27th of February. Okay, and it wasn't really like not much at first, because all our attention was towards Ukraine, towards the actions, because we didn't really know what was going on except for our government telling us bits and pieces, that's it. But then it became, from a small thing, a real big issue, okay? And countries started splitting in 2.
Yeah, so Donald, you nailed it. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, guys. We can all play our part in crunching this fucking bullshit propaganda. Sorry for my French, but I'm irate when you see the level of the toxicity and the disgusting premise of all of these propaganda narratives that Putin is pushing. It's just infuriating. It's infuriating. Anybody that knows Ukrainian people, that spent any time, cannot fathom. It's just not possible to be true. You start there. And what I'm saying is, we can all play our part in squishing this propaganda. Never repeat it. Okay, don't spread it, and confront it as what it is, complete bullshit. If you have any influence, any contact inside Russia, you know, if you meet Russian people, I'm not advocating hating Russians or absolutely opposite. Russians are good people. This is not a war against Russia.
It's information war, first of all.
It's a war against one psycho killer, one sociopath. You know, that's it. It's Putin's war. It's not the Russian people. We've met Russian people here in Cancun, and they're appalled by their leaders' actions. So, honey,
Can
you want
I-
to say
can I
something?
add
Yeah, of
something?
course, of course.
I came across through many screenshots of when a woman from Russia, mother, talked to son who come here as a soldier to fight Ukrainian people, and he write her, "Mom, there is no Nazis. I come. There is peaceful people. I was like so much brainwashed. I feel so bad that I've done this." And she writes this to her mother, and mother answer, and he write, "I'm here in Ukraine," and she write, "Oh, you now like in a bad emotion. I see you don't understand what's going on." And she write him what she watch on TV, and she believes this. She doesn't believe her son. Can you imagine how bad it is? You know how big this propaganda. And if no propaganda, I'm pretty sure all Russian people, they would collect all together, and they just they force
Force a
government
coup,
like
an overturned
like
government.
Ukraine did in Orange Revolution, and
Yeah.
and it's what Putin actually afraid, because if all people will, it's a big
Yeah,
power.
Russians need to so the good news is this split. This honest Russian man he's not a vlogger, but his channel has just gone viral because you see he's a sincere, honest. He's not selling anything. He's a manager at a factory in Moscow. So he's just telling it as it is. He's actually deleted quite a few of his videos because there were too much confronting the party line, and there's 15 years in jail. Yeah, you get for not towing the party line, Putin's party line. So what he's doing is quite dangerous. And so what I'm saying is, let's push the split continuing. Let's divide Russia. Let's enlighten Russia with the truth. Okay, the Russian people, when they understand the truth, Putin will lose his majority. People will stand against him in more and more numbers, and there will be a coup. He will be taken out. Even the oligarchs want him out at this point. Yeah, they're seizing Putin's $700 million yacht, various oligarchs' yachts and castles and stuff like that, and this will continue. So, because guys, if we don't stand up now, and I want to say publicly, and I think you guys get, Ukrainians, why are they such incredible heroes? Why is the world looking up to them with such esteem? It's because they are fighting for our freedom. The bravery, of course, but they are fighting for our freedom now. This is like 1939 to 1945. We are standing against another Hitler. He threatens this globe as Hitler did. And this thing, I fear, is just starting. I really fear that. And what I fear most, because I've spent probably 200 hours of my personal time studying Putin, reading up on him, reading his biography, reading his essay, studying. And this man will not lose. He may win, he may lose the battle, but he'll win the war. And what does that mean? What's the only thing he can do now? He can escalate. He can escalate to biological chemical. It's probably the first escalation. And then the only other escalation, because he is nuclear. And he can easily drop a nuke on Kiev, and Ukraine cannot retaliate. And then it's the world's option. It's the world's choice if they retaliate nuclear, which will be Armageddon. So I'm just saying, I hope everybody takes this seriously. Do what you can. For example, I'm actually business partners with a guy in Russia, and he's not Russian, but he's bought into this propaganda narrative, and we go back and forth all the time. And I can't even convince him. Well, no, he's starting to see the light of day, but he, as a foreigner, he's married to a Russian woman, and he has a son with her, and he has bought into this narrative hook, line, and sinker, and he doesn't speak Russian. So that's what I mean. That's how effective this brainwashing, this propaganda campaign in Russia is, that even a Westerner living there has bought into it. So we need to crack the propaganda from all angles. There's so many propaganda narratives. I'm not going to go through them all because each one is a hot topic. But they're all bullshit. If they just don't make sense, it's Putin's propaganda. If they support Putin's cause, it's propaganda. Every single one of them. There's a myriad of them. Honey? Anything to add?
What to add, Joseph?
Exactly,
Like
right?
Like Ukrainian blogger said, cannot be in this world exist Ukraine and Putin at the same time. Putin will never, it's like now in situation in Ukraine, it's reminder for Putin of his fail, of his and why all this happened? Because you understand, when person so long, so many years being, the main person is such a big country, it just turns into, escalation of his, bad features. Yeah, he feels like he's, I don't know, God. He can do everything, right? And it's not good things. He just want to, I don't know, like conquer. And
yeah, he's not going to stop. That's the point. He's not going to stop. He has an appetite to reconstitute the Soviet Union. And will he stop there or not? I don't know, but that's at least World War III anyway, right? Because a lot of NATO members that are former USSR states. I want to address, thank you, Nelson, for reaching out. Nelson, we could use more partners that are boots on the ground. I mean, anybody that's trustworthy, that's there, that's doing something now, we want to talk to you. And if you have 20 volunteers from Portugal.
I talked to Nelson.
Ah, you talked to Nelson?
Yes, it's the guy who was going to ship me.
Ah, this is that Nelson?
No, it's, yeah.
Okay. Oh, great.
Yeah.
So you're in touch with Nelson. So, yeah, I mean, what we're trying to do, guys, is we're trying to facilitate the honest spending of donation capital. Because one of the big problems, guys, and just to speak at this for a moment, and one of the reasons we started our own little boutique charity here is because we know every dollar, every nickel, every penny that you guys donate to us, and it's about $9,000+ Thank you guys very much. It goes as fast as we can arrange it out and into the pockets of the people via the best and quickest banking modality, which is Privet24 and Monobank, right? Instantly in Anna's app and out. And it gets into the pockets of the people that need it to either evacuate and escape or survive, to eat, to seek shelter. Because what's happening with hundreds of millions of dollars of humanitarian aid that is reaching the country, and this is the God's honest truth. It's very sad, but we all know Ukraine is one of the, it's the most corrupt country in Europe and one of the most corrupt countries in the world. And this aid, to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars, is being resold. It comes in to Ukraine. It gets into the hands of, politicians, and it's being resold for personal capital gain. Personal gain. As disgusting as this is, that's slowing down. It's slowing down getting it to who it's needed a lot. And, Of course, it's disgusting. I mean, this needs to get to where it's needed to, and fast. And we need to also stand against this corruption and do something. Well, what can we do? We don't know what else we can do other than be our little influence here, whatever we can. And has helped another. I mean, we're a part of a team, you know, and we're looking for new team members all the time. Veronica Olsen, we're in touch with her. We haven't done anything active with her yet, but I've told her, if you need some funding, if you find a family in need, please. And we're in communication, very quick communication. If she needs somebody, boom, we do have still a little bit of funds now. How much we have right now? Not much.
Families we don't have. I told you.
But how much fun? What?
We spend everything we got, even more than we got.
Okay, because it's up and down all the time. So we're in a negative funding deficit right now, but we reach into our personal pocket, you know, when somebody's really in urgent need, and we get it out. And we just trust the Lord that it's going to keep coming in. Whatever He wants for us, however we can help, we want to be a tool.
Yeah,
to
last
help.
payments came to Eldar, you know, for humanitarian crisis, and that's what I will send. I sent partly, and then yesterday we got something, so today I will send to Eldar for, it's the basic need people need: medicine now, food, water, you know, like who stayed in Ukraine, and many of them, they cannot be evacuated, you know, but they still have way to be supplied with humanitarian help, like with this, you know, with warm, not clothes, but how it's covers, and you know, there's children still, and they need special food, or you know.
Let's talk about this. Austin's question: can Americans take in refugees from Ukraine? I'm on a dating site where I'd love to help some of those beautiful, gorgeous women. Offer them one of my bedrooms. Austin, I'm just having fun with you. Listen, the truth is there isn't much need for American help right now because it's too expensive for Ukrainians to fly to America. There's too much uncertainty. They don't know what government refugee aid is available for them. So that fear and uncertainty is stopping 98% of them. So only Ukrainians that have already some capital behind them, maybe $10,000, something like that, they can fly in and they have a little bit of a buffer. Only those Ukrainians. So it's tends to be a higher socioeconomic level, you know, with money. So right now there isn't much need, Austin, to answer your question. So again, the Ukrainians are going to European countries. You know, they're going to the Hungary, the Romania, Poland.
But wait, can I add to this?
By the way, let me just add, honey, there's a link in the description below this video, which is the best, most complete humanitarian resources library for Ukrainian refugees I've ever seen. It is so exhaustive. It's extensive. Every country, what aid they offer, how to come in as a refugee, different refugee programs are available, you know. So please grab that link and copy and paste it and just send it to every Ukrainian you know, because it's the best resources link I've come across. And that's in the description below this video. Go ahead, babe.
Yeah, I saw bloggers, Ukrainian bloggers who lived in America, who lives now in America. They now created the center for Ukrainian to help, you know, who offer their house to live. Somebody offer, like, you know, or money, or like, you know, so they coordinate this help. But it's more coming from Ukrainian people who live in America or in Canada, but it's not, you know, coordinated by government. It's just people organizing their help, volunteer to help Ukrainian to adjust and, you know, these things.
Let's take Scott's off-topic question. Has Match Guarantee ever brought out a lady from a scam site to get her free to match? No, never. Scott, and you should go over to Mail Order Bride Scams YouTube channel. That's my YouTube channel, which is solely fighting the $1 billion a year mail order bride scam industry, which is in Ukraine and Russia. It's a very long answer to that question, but basically, if she is on a scam site scamming you and other guys, it's not because of her. This is the short answer. It's because of the agency, the website. It's the website that is the scammer, not the girl. She's just a beautiful picture, probably a free photo session. So again, go over to, just go to YouTube and type in mail order bride scams. And there is a series on there that everybody should watch. And it's a series of syndicate training. It's basically a headhunter company that also trains the scammers how to scam. And they are doing videos. It's like in-house training videos, super high-end videography you will see as soon as you see it, and it's two male scammers, because more often than not, the scammers are men pretending to be the beautiful girl in the picture that you're spending a lot of money to talk to. And they're talking about how to maximize your scam, how to get naive Americans to pay to buy expensive gifts, yada, yada, yada. Okay, enough said on that. I will add this, Scott, thanks for bringing up this topic, because you guys need to understand something, or I want you to understand this. COVID, which started about 2 years ago, right? It has tripled the mail order bride scam industry. Can you imagine? There's 3 times more profits these agencies are making now, because you guys have been lonely and locked down at home. So you're more susceptible to these scams. So that industry has tripled. Now with the war, they're already flipping the psychology so that now you can rescue a Ukrainian lady, and they're trying to bring out the knighthood in us men as rescuers, the need for us to rescue the damsel in distress. The motherfuckers. Did I say that? Sorry. It just makes me livid. So the scammers are flourishing. So ask yourself, when you're chatting to the Ukrainian woman, it's 4 a.m. in Ukraine, but you're chatting to her and she tells you, yeah, I'm in a bomb shelter. I need help. Ask yourself, okay, it's not true. Guys, you need to wake up and understand. No Ukrainian women are chatting with foreigners at all now. They're in bomb shelters. They're in fight or flight mode, okay? So I just wanted to get that across to you guys. Hopefully nobody is caught up in PPL, paper letter scams online with girls now in Ukraine or Russia, okay? Okay. Yep, absolutely.
There is also I heard yesterday that US is going to start the refugee process in April in USA.
Well, the U.S. already announced that they would accept 100,000 refugees, but in all likelihood, that number is going to be much bigger. But they have to kind of make keep a public lid on it. They've also said they're giving Ukrainians a 1-year American stamp. But in reality, anybody that knows the U.S. immigration system, they will never have to leave. They just have to apply again and apply again, and they will eventually get an American passport, right? But Ukrainians don't know this. They don't know what is the real opportunity. Okay, any other questions before we let you guys go? And we'll be doing these live streams more frequently, guys.
Hi, George.
Okay. Yeah, more European women. You guys do need more European women. I agree with that. Okay, guys. Well, anything else, honey? On a parting note, we're just about to hit the hour mark of our live stream.
I would just add that, we still need the humanitarian help for Ukrainian people. maybe I will try to organize. I will not maybe. I will try to organize a live stream with the orphanages. Maybe so I'll introduce you to them and help them. Because they live in Poland. They have shelter for free, but they need still money for just to buy food, these basic needs. And they will need finance as well. So I will try to introduce you to them and. Yeah, I will ask if they will have enough speed internet. I don't know what condition about this they have.
Yeah, it'd be great if you can get Ina on a live stream and you can see the
And all
connection.
children,
Connection from us to the orphans was Ina, and she is personally getting out what 8? Is it 8 orphans through Poland?
No.
And they're going to America. They're bringing them into America. So
Yeah, they applied for documents for
Yeah.
in Poland embassy.
Yeah.
I mean, in Poland to American embassy.
yeah. And there's an American that asked the question specifically: how much money did we contribute to the orphans, honey? Specifically, those orphans.
To orphans, $2,300.
2,300, and that helped out how many orphans so far?
It's like it helps to get out from Ukraine, like approximately from like 40 children, but then they were split it because who has documents on which children, So I'm in touch with the owner of these funds, and she too take care about it's like now like her personal children, She made documents that she is temporary responsible person for them, and she took and I'm in touch with her because other people they're responsible for different orphanage. So it's now I think it was 8, or there is one girl, she's also orphanage, joined them, and she has small boy also. She's already mother.
Let's come back to Donald's question. Let's put up your picture, your pictures, because you already have them in here. You put them up last live stream. So these are the orphans. Where are the orphans? Up here, right?
No, it's not picture. It's pictures.
Yeah, you have pictures of
It's videos. Go up. The pictures up.
So we show you the pictures of the orphans.
Don't talk when you show.
So those are the orphans that are immigrating to America, right?
Yeah.
So they're teenage orphans, as you see. Yeah. And Ina has a program that basically teaches them life skills and gets them ready to enter the real world. That's what her specialty is, and she's been doing that for 20 years, right?
Yeah,
in Ukraine. So that's our orphanage connection. And let's go back to probably the last question is Donald's question. We've discussed this before, but it's a good question. We are.
Oh, Боже.
What?
No,
nobody's died. That's the good news that we know of. Yeah, none of the ladies have died. We have no news that any of our ladies have died. Thank God. Right. So what we did, we sent an email out to all of them saying, we hope you're safe. If you need any help whatsoever, whether it's help getting out of Ukraine, so evacuation, if it's humanitarian aid, whatever you need, please contact us. And we left 2 phone numbers. One was Anna's phone number. And Anna has been in touch with many of them. Tatiana, my partner, our head matchmaker, has been in touch with many. Olga in the office, also in touch with many. Many have left. We don't have a number on it yet, but many have left Ukraine, but many more have stayed. And that's one of the reasons Anna's doing this video. She shot the video. It's a pre-recorded video, which will be going live tomorrow. Why are Ukrainian ladies no longer leaving Ukraine? What's the problem? Why are they stuck in Ukraine? Which is most of our ladies are still in Ukraine. And Anna answers that question in her video, which will be live tomorrow. Oh, wow, Austin. Okay, here's a very easy rule of thumb. Okay, which sites? The better question is, which sites are not scam sites? Because 99.00% of websites are scams. Okay, and here's the telltale sign. If they're charging you for writing letters, PPL, paper letter, for chats, for video chats, any of that, if they're charging you for a minute, it's a scam. End of story. whether you see it yet or you're yet to experience it and really understand you've been scammed in the future, trust me, you're being scammed. That is the only thing you have to ask yourself. Do yourself a favor, Austin, go over to my YouTube channel, just search YouTube for mail order bride scams. Watch the syndicate scam training series, and that's the only education you need. But I've interviewed a lot. I mean, it's full of videos exposing the scams, okay?
Can I add that Ukrainian culture, it's not chatting culture at all. I see many Western guys send me long messages like books, I read and then I reply, smile, or heart, or, and it feels like I'm rude, but I'm not rude. It's just like, I will be happy to talk to person in a phone, will be very, nice conversation. And actually, that's the difference between, I see Western culture and Ukrainian. When somebody calls us, we normally pick up the phone if we see and hear that somebody called, and we will be, we talk. We prefer, normal voice conversation compared to send messages or something like this, yeah, I don't like this. It's like wasting of time. Ukrainian very very careful with their time, yeah, and they want to feel real emotion, real talk, and it's much more productive, right? So it can be, chat like if it's a loved man and you have relationship, sending life gifts,
Emojis.
hearts, emojis, yes, like this. But it will be short anyway, because I would prefer to have video call, normal call, but not this chat.
Not chat.
Not
No.
chat. It
No.
doesn't.
Ukrainians are not chatty. They're not chat. It's not a chat culture at all.
So
It's a culture. It's not a voicemail culture. Ukrainian culture is they call. They call. If you answer the phone, you talk. If you don't answer the phone, the
They will
person
call
calls you back.
Yes,
That's
they'll
the
call
culture
you
in
back.
Ukraine.
That's
Let's, Donald, you want to know if 2658 lady is safe. Why don't you give her name, Donald? If you're so concerned about her, I'm sure you must know her name, because I don't know by number what her name would be. But listen, the reason I'm highlighting your question is, guys, in the donation link in the description below, we started this right when the war, pretty much just after the war started. You can sponsor one of our ladies in a humanitarian way. So you can pay $500 and sponsor her. That money goes directly to her for humanitarian aid, whether she needs it to help give her the confidence to leave, the support to leave, because they're not leaving to a large extent because they don't have the financial resources to be able to leave and know where they're going and what they're going to do and how they're going to eat and sleep and have shelter. That's a big part of it. So that $500 goes directly to the lady. Plus, we send your name and your contact information so she can, at the very least, reach out and thank you. She's going to want to do that. So you're welcome to do that, Donald. Donate to her directly. There is one of the 5 options. Donate to a Mass Guaranteed lady. You give us her ID number, as you've done there. And those funds, we reach out to her and try to get those funds to her as quickly as possible. If she's not responsive, or she might say, I don't need the funds. We've had this happen. Then it would go to the next lady that has asked for help in our database, okay? And all of you guys are welcome to do that, right? I mean, it's very kind of you to support one of our ladies. And it's not just the lady, it's her whole family, right? Because that's one of the reasons people are not leaving Ukraine is Ukrainian people stick together as a family. So if the father can't go, the husband can't go, the brother can't go, most 90% of Ukrainian families are electing to endure this genocide, right? As crazy as I personally find that, that's Ukrainian people.
This actually will be split in 3 other ladies, because I sent smaller amount but to bigger amount of people. If this lady not respond, this 500 will be split. It's so hot, Joseph, crazy.
So hot, yeah. We're not used to the heat in Cancun yet. Woo! It's hot here. Still acclimatizing. Yeah, I agree. This is Alan, right?
Mhm.
It's Alan, yeah.
Info seeker.
Yeah.
For privacy. I see all guys have
Yeah, you're
different
preaching
names.
to the choir. I completely agree, Alan. Okay, guys. Well, we will leave you as we have been doing pretty much since this war started, with a prayer song for Ukraine. Okay, please keep Ukraine, its people, its soldiers in your prayers to help them endure and help them win, come out of this situation. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Минає час, минають дні, і змінюється все навколо, та тільки Бог, Господь святий, не змінюється Він ніколи. В одну хвилину може Він змінити все в нашій країні. Господь, благаємо Тебе, даруй спасіння Україні. Боже, Україну збережи, Господи, помилуй грішних, змилуйся над нами і прости. Молимо Тебе, Всевишній, і від ворога нас захисти, бо без Тебе ми безсилі. Господи, зміни все навкруги, дай спасіння Україні. І як над цим спостерігать, якщо людей отак вбивають, коли жива людська душа, вже зовсім цінності немає. І як же нам тут далі жить, і нашим дітям в цій країні, якщо не вступишся, Господь, загине наша Україна. Боже, Україну збережи, Господи, помилуй грішних, змилуйся над нами і прости. Молимо Тебе, Всевишній, і від ворога нас захисти, бо без Тебе ми безсилі. Господи, зміни все навкруги, дай спасіння Україні. Боже, Україну збережи, Господи, помилуй грішних, змилуйся над нами і прости. Молимо Тебе, Всевишній, і від ворога